As Moon Jae-in begins his new role as president of the Republic of Korea, the ruling party in parliament is pushing for a hearing on a controversial missile defense system. The Democratic Party wants to address national suspicions surrounding the U.S.-made THAAD system. CGTN's Joseph Kim joins us from Seoul. Joseph, President Moon said he would reconsider the deployment.
Yes, the Democratic Minju Party, and that's Moon Jae-in's party, has a special panel, and they've been pushing for a parliamentary hearing for the missile battery, also calling for the deployment to be suspended until it's approved in the National Assembly for what they say is to prevent further national conflict. Now, this missile battery has been a topic of controversy in South Korea since it was first announced, getting backlash from residents near the installment site, as well as other countries, including China and Russia. And Moon Jae-in and his party have called for a delay in the deployment, saying that the ousted President Park Geun-hye and her government didn't really receive public consensus before they came to a decision. Now, all of this comes at a time where key components of the THAAD missile battery, including the high-profile X-band radar and mobile launchers, have already been delivered. So it is of question as to whether they'll be able to even reverse the decision. But the controversy has further escalated following U.S. President Donald Trump's remarks, saying that South Korea would have to burden the cost of THAAD, which wasn't in any agreement before. But all of this is in question because Moon Jae-in and his party do not have the full backing and majority in the National Assembly. So we'll have to see if this plan, as well as his other reform plans, will even be able to get approval in Parliament.
And Joseph, despite hostile relations, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea sent a letter to the U.S. House of Representatives protesting new sanctions. What does the DPRK hope to achieve?
Yes, Elaine, the DPRK sent a letter in protest of the latest U.S. House of Representatives bill for tougher sanctions on Pyongyang, and that's to prevent crude imports as well as international shipping. And this would become law if it's also passed in the Senate. Now, this letter is in line with the DPRK's argument that its nuclear program is for self-defense and that they would continue to pursue it, given that Washington has continued to pursue what they say continue to pursue hostile acts against their state. Now, here's the DPRK state media on the matter.
As the U.S. House of Representatives enacts more and more of these reckless and hostile legislations against the DPRK, our efforts to strengthen nuclear deterrence will gather greater pace, beyond anyone's imagination.
Now, tensions between Washington and Pyongyang have been high, with the new Trump administration really focusing on isolating the state. And it seems that the DPRK is trying to counter this by reviving its Foreign Affairs Committee amid the mounting sanctions. Now, the Seoul's Unification Ministry said that this committee was revived in order to improve foreign relations given its isolation, but we've seen more and more countries really reinforce and back these sanctions, including recently Germany closing down a hostel that's run by North Korea, as well as Southeast Asian countries, including what happened in Malaysia. Now, all of this comes amid Moon Jae-in, who's been receiving promises from other foreign leaders that who really promised that they would back these UN sanctions, as well as help South Korea to try to curb the DPRK's nuclear and missile program. Elaine?
All right, Joseph Kim live for us in Seoul.